Easy access to weapons, the fuel that lights the fire of armed conflict and repression. Perhaps nowhere is it more of an issue than Africa, and perhaps no one understands it better than Ismail Bea, a former child soldier in Sierra Leone, who's pushing for a global arms treaty.
It changes the dynamics in the community, the moral, the ethics, everything collapses when you have availability of weapons. We had more weapons than food. So we had bullets and ammunition, so therefore we terrorized anybody who had food.
At the United Nations, countries are negotiating the first ever international arms trade treaty. Its aim, to curb the flow of unrestricted weapons around the globe and keep them out of the hands of repressive regimes and human rights abusers. But campaigners say the current draft text is riddled with loopholes for both governments and arms brokers.
As an arms trade investigator, the way I see the arms trade treaty draft language right now is just giving a green light to the arms traffickers. It really means business as usual.
Guns aren't the only issue. Countries experiencing daily conflict say regulating the sale of bullets is also crucial. But the United States, the world's leading exporter of ammunition, is opposed.
Because ammunition is one of the elements that we have in terms of conventional arms that's causing devastation and undermining the economical stability and political stability of most of the African countries.
Delegates describe the negotiations as slow and tedious with lots of late-night sessions. The problem is that all 170 or so countries taking part have to agree on every single line of text. Needless to say, the negotiations are expected to continue right up until the deadline. Some countries, in particular Iran, North Korea, Egypt, and Algeria, have been accused of blocking progress. Bea says getting something on paper is vital, even if it's a weak first step.
This is the missing piece. You know, you can go and remove children from war, create rehabilitation centers, but if people have access to arms and ammunition, they're going to continue having wars.
He and others will continue to push for action. But given the power of weapons and those who trade them, those interests may in the end outweigh the global good. Kristen, Saloomey, Al Jazeera at the United Nations.